Hey, it's another Thursday afternoon,
It is.
1 o'clock, and that means that it's either just 1 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon or it's time for opposite Saxes. We kind of like the idea of opposite
Opposite
Saxes.
sexes.
Glad you're with us. You know, we got all kinds of special stuff that we're talking about today because we realize that we both are going to reunions this year. And
How is that
I'm
possible?
sure plenty of you have been to reunions, and it depends. You know, I've got a special reunion coming up. I went. Wow, it's a lot of years ago that I went to my 50th high school
Yeah.
reunion. In fact, we're already 58. A couple of years, we're going to have our 60th high
No,
school
was it
reunion.
8 years ago you went to the 50th?
Yep, went to the 50th.
Really?
Yeah,
Seems like yesterday.
1963, and that was in
Wow.
2013. But I'm getting ready to go to a very special reunion because it's called my high school's last look reunion.
Oh.
Went to Hammond High School in Hammond, Indiana, and they are tearing down our high school. The high school is they're well over 100 years, but they call it progress, and they're building the new school where the old football field was and parking lot. That's where they built the new school. And once they're finished, they'll tear the old school down and put a new parking lot in there. So
That's a
thanks
lot to
to
go
a
through.
good friend who I'm going to mention his name, Chuck Biller from the class of 1964. He and a few other people, Jeannie Smith and Jack Riedelbach and uh, uh, Ted
Don't look at me.
Poplowski. These are guys all got together several years ago and said, we got to have some reunions. And Chuck has taken it on himself over the years to put together all of the classes from about 1963 through 66, 67 or so, keep record of everybody and send out emails and get everybody together for these reunions. He does an incredible job. Everybody in their graduating class should have somebody like Chuck. He's a superstar. And he said, hey, look, they're going to tear our school down. We got to take one more look at the school. So we're getting together. We're going to get together on a Friday evening. Then Saturday, we're going over for a last tour of the school before the wrecking ball comes in within a week or two after that. Um, they're going to have all kinds of presentations and all. Then we're going to have a dinner that night and celebrate our old high school, the Hammond High Wildcats. Going to get together one more time. And then a little later in the year, you're going for what is it, your 20th high
That's
school
all the time we
reunion?
have in the show because you spent half the show talking about your high school reunion.
Well, you can start talking about your high school reunion.
I'm not as excited about mine as you are about yours, but
You'll,
you were very friendly with yours. We had just moved to the area
yeah, I was
a
I
few
was
months
involved.
prior. Yeah, and we had just moved to the area prior to me going to high
What?
school. So I was a
But you
little not happy with
but
my
you were
folks
in
about that.
Homewood, Illinois.
Yes, I went to HF, Homewood Flossmoor High School,
From
Chicago.
freshman year on,
Oh yeah,
all 4 years.
yeah. I went to the junior high the last couple months um, in the
And then went to
area,
the high school.
and then went to the high school, and it was a bittersweet time for me.
But now you didn't go to a 10 or a 20 or a
No,
30 reunion.
no.
You never went to
We were
reunion.
always out of town. We always had the businesses. We were always
Yeah.
busy. Um, and again, I wasn't as social, I guess I would say, as you. I was a little quieter,
I wasn't
a
that
little
social.
shy. Oh yeah, right. Yeah. No, but I'm
But
looking forward to seeing good friends that I knew in Chicago that moved out to the same area as our family did.
you'll connect. I'll tell you, you're going to connect with some of those old friends that you've already been emailing back and forth. But then you're going to see some other people there, and the conversation just flows. And oh, where are you? How they'll ask like how many years have people been married? How many kids do they have? You get all of this information. We had a 10-year reunion, we
Right.
had a 20-year reunion. At that time, they had people that were working on the reunions and they were at odds with
Did
each
you go
other.
to all of the reunions?
I went to 10 and 20. And then we did not have a 30
Oh,
or a
that's what it
40
was. That's what it was.
because nobody could decide
Yeah.
who was going to take charge or where or
Right.
when, and it just kind of fell by the wayside. But thanks to Chuck, he and a few of those others got together and said, we ain't going to pass
Yeah,
by
he's
on
worked very
50.
hard. And you've talked about him, and I can see, and when you do your little get-togethers on Zoom, I
And
mean, he's really been working
for
hard.
those of you, if you get an email or an invitation and all to your high school reunions, whether it's 5, 10, 20, 25, whatever, go. You will not be disappointed. If for, I'm
Well,
telling you, you
hopefully
won't.
you won't.
Because number one, you always got the jocks that you remember. These guys that were, super macho athletes and all 10 years and 20 years later or so. I mean, they're a little bit soft on the hairline, and all maybe they've grown a little bit over the belt and all.
Or maybe they've gotten thinner and they've exercised, and maybe it's gone the other
Sometimes
way.
it's usually the opposite.
Really?
It's the women because at our
The
10,
old Botox.
at our 10, at our 10-year reunion and our 20-year reunion, and
Mhm.
a lot of the girls had been divorced. And
That
so
happens.
they were getting themselves ready for the
Sure.
next chapter in life.
Absolutely.
So they were working out. They had the dyed hair. They,
Aha.
had, they were getting their act together. The
And who
guys,
can blame them?
if after 10 or 20 years they were divorced, they weren't investing anything in themselves because it was all going into alimony checks.
Yeah, but you would think they would want to look forward to a second life, so to speak.
Well, or they were going to say, hey, been there, done that.
Yeah.
But
Well, maybe.
but reunions are fun. I mean, I even
I'll let you
remember
know.
I even go back to having a sixth grade graduation reunion. Now, see, way back when they had half years. I was a midtermer. I started school in February, and also
Mhm.
you would keep on going. I
Yeah,
caught up
that
when
was
I
a
got
strange
into
time.
high school. But my high my
You
uh,
went to school in February?
you started in February, so that meant the February of the next year you
Mm.
completed
We didn't. Oh, that was a
kindergarten.
long time ago.
Yeah, but I got together with, there were only five that were still left alive, but 5 of 7 of us that graduated from sixth grade, and we got together after many years for a little reunion. Reunions are fun. They bring back so many great memories. The music that you played. When you go to your reunion, they're going to have a jukebox or something
A
playing all,
jukebox?
well,
A
they'll
jukebox?
maybe a DJ.
We're having a live band, excuse me.
Oh, really? Excuse me. We had a Wurlitzer jukebox that was filled with 45s.
That's the difference
from-
between Hammond, Indiana and Homewood Flossmoor High School.
Well, excuse me. Yes, yes. You were the moving on up crowd.
Yeah.
But
Or we thought we were. One of the two.
But usually at those reunions, you remember what the movies were that were out in that year when
Can
you
you
graduated.
remember that?
Well, I got lists.
Oh, yeah, cheat sheets.
I'll throw one out at you because I got a list already, but back in 1963, one of the biggest songs of the year was called Sukiyaki
Oh, I remember Sukiyaki.
by Q Sakamoto.
That's right. Very nice.
Nobody ever spoke
Yeah, up
Chinese,
until then.
but that was a #1 song. It got to
Well,
number
it
one.
had a good rhythm.
Nobody
nice melody.
understood it.
Yeah, but as I say,
Yeah.
it was I don't know, it just got to you.
We
right?
understood Oye como va a little bit more because we had Spanish students in our school.
Yeah, that's true.
But Q Sakamoto,
Yeah, I
Sukiyaki.
couldn't figure that out, but I liked the song. And I was only 10 years old.
Yeah. But I mean, we got modern songs and all that are kind of that way that people don't, it has either no words or only 5 words that they repeat over 150 times. But trust me,
I will trust you.
We had a local burger place down the street from the high school that used to make all of their burgers by hand. And all 50 years later, they weren't in business anymore, but we got the recipe for for those burgers, and they made those burgers. Get on a committee.
Yeah.
If your
Our
school is going to have a reunion and all, make yourself available to get on a reunion, to email people and get them connected to invite them and all. It's just great. It's
You
great
had
memories.
burgers? You had burgers from the burger?
It was called Made Right.
Oh,
Made Right
yeah,
Burgers.
I remember you telling me about May Right. Guess where we're going for our reunion?
Where are you going?
The local country club.
Oh, excuse me. We did burgers and fries.
I don't
This
think
time
ours is
around,
a-
we're doing pizza and all. You go to the country club,
Yeah, the only
Or-
difference
or-
is that you have to pay for
or-
the country
yeah,
club.
yeah.
It's not like burgers.
or not
and
even
fries.
the country club. It's the club,
That's
the club
the club.
with you're gonna have.
Well, you're coming. You'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there. You're gonna be at mine too.
I'll be there. Wouldn't miss it. I missed the other ones.
And you're gonna see some characters.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it should be fun.
That's what's the fun part about reunions, and you get to meet your old friends, which were friends. Today they're called BFFs, my best friend forever. You know, and
Yeah, okay.
well, you've
Well,
been
yeah,
in
I
touch
know,
with all
but-
your BFFs.
Yeah, but I don't consider them. Yeah, my girlfriends, my good friends,
But
my friends from another life, from another planet.
And today with social media,
Mhm.
you keep up
You
with
do,
each other.
yeah,
You
you do.
text each other, you send
In
selfies.
fact, it's a little frightening because I've gotten some texts from people. I don't remember who they are, and I have to go back onto their Facebook page and I have to look to see who are you and how did I know you?
You drag out the yearbook.
And you know what? We had a couple of floods during our lifetime together,
You-
and I've lost all of them. I think I might have one somewhere,
Yeah.
but I had all 4 years, and they were beautiful books. And yeah, I'm not happy about that. But yeah, no. So thank heavens there's Facebook because I can look them up, and yeah.
Well, and
It's a lot
that's
easier.
how Chuck was able to get a hold of some people. He spent hours and hours and hours on Facebook and LinkedIn trying to locate some of these people by name so that he could get the email addresses to send out and invite them in. When we had our going back to our 20-year reunion or something, it was by letter, by car, by phone. People were calling to try and reconnect. And all it's gotten a little bit easier to reconnect with people now too.
I know you're very social, and you can go and you can talk to all your friends, and I'll just kind of wander over with the mates of the other of those people, and we'll
No.
just all sit together.
She's
and-
going because she wants to maybe meet a couple of girls that I went out with in high school.
Oh, I think it'd be fun. I think it'd
Oh,
be
it'll
funny,
It'll be
but
fun.
yeah, but for no other reason.
Well, you'll do the same thing. You'll probably go
No,
to your
you-
reunion and you'll see a guy over there and you'll say to me, "Ooh, I went out with him in high school. Look at him today."
No, I didn't go out with a lot of. I was very friendly with a lot of the guys in my class.
That's what I
But
heard.
as far as, please, but as far as dating, no, I dated a year or two older than the other classes, and they won't be there.
And then you married older too.
Yeah, but hey, older the better.
I know you're going to be
The older the
you're going to be
wiser.
my trophy wife at my reunion. You know.
I don't know. From what I gather, that some of these women are going to be looking pretty hot.
Well, some of the women will be looking hot. We've see that also has been the advantage. You go to Facebook and you can look at photos of some of these people
Yeah.
that are going to be at the reunion. Some of them you recognize and some of them you don't
Yeah, right.
recognize.
Yeah. Same
And then
with
you go
us.
back to the high school. Oh, my high school picture was absolutely pathetic. I was so mousy when I graduated
But
high school.
but the boys mature slower than the girls.
They do.
So yeah, so that's the difference.
And
But
the other thing that was fun was everybody will probably bring their yearbooks and you look through
are
the
you
yearbook.
bringing your yearbook?
Yeah, because
Not all four.
just, no, I only have one, the year that I graduated.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
But it's fun to go
No,
back
I
into
have
your
four.
yearbook and look at the comments that other people made,
Oh, yeah.
like, voted the biggest loser, or,
That's terrible.
I know you'll go places. Well, there were some of the guys that did go places and they're probably still there. But,
So how does this have to do with opposites attract?
well, you're
I have
going to
no
a
clue.
reunion, I'm going to a
Well, what is
reunion.
that? That's not opposites attract.
But
Opposites
we are
Saxes.
opposite, but we are actually doing something in the same year that is similar. We're on the same page.
Are we? We're on the same page. We're not
I don't know. I found this show very interesting. I don't know about you. Did you? If
opposite. They're
so,
not saying.
if so, let us know.
And again, as I always say, if not, keep your opinions to yourself.
That's right. Yeah, go tune in another show, but don't tell anybody about ours. Okay. And having said that, we are sponsored by Christine Dean, who is the DFW
The
networking
ultimate.
diva.
Yes, the ultimate.
She is a website marketer, and she is a business builder. And she
really is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, when I see what she did with your website, it's a beautiful
And as I've
website.
said before, if you have all the customers that you need, forget what we're saying.
But who
But
has
if you
that?
think that you can reach out with a very, very small investment, increase your customer base by 20%, increase your bottom line by as much or more, you need to call Christine Dean or go to the website, dfwnetworkingdiva.com, and sign up for a free consultation and find
Yeah,
out what
that's
you
a
can do
deal.
for your business.
Yeah.
And we're going to go pack because we're going to be getting
We're
ready
getting
to
ready
go
to
to
hit the road.
some reunions and all. And if you get an invitation to go to a reunion, email, whatever, reply yes.
And let us know how it
Be
was.
there. Yeah, and then report back to us and we'll share that information on a future show.
Yep.
Okay.
Bye.
Come back and see us again
Yeah.
next week for another opposite Saxes.